How easy is it for you to see yourself in possession of $5 million? Right now, can you see yourself owning $5 million? I mean, for some people, it will just literally overwhelm them. But that's the big issue. That's where the hard work is. How do I get myself into that state? How do I get myself into that position? I've been thinking thousands. How do I begin to think millions? And thinking millions will be normal to me. There, viewer, that is where your hard work is. Your belief system, your sense of identity. How do I change who I think I am? Those are big questions. Those are big questions. See, some people have classified themselves as the poor. They've classified themselves as the masses. They've classified themselves as the common man. It's okay. Everyone has a right to think what they want to think, and everyone has a right to choose where they want to be in the society. But I'm saying this, what you believe is what you become. Your sense of identity is so powerful. Your self-image is so powerful. That's the picture that you hold of yourself on the inside. Some people allow circumstances to shape their thinking. Now, circumstances are powerful. They can shape our thinking. But if those circumstances are negative, they will shape you negatively. Make you to believe that you're poor. Make you to believe that you're a failure. Make you to believe that you're a victim. Now, once you see yourself that way, once that is what you believe, your magnet kicks in. It attracts the material equivalent of that. If you live in the third world, the chances are you could have been born. There's a high chance you were born into a poor family. When you grow up, from what you hear, from what you see, from the environment, once you're programmed to believe you are the poor, if you carry that over into adulthood, you attract poverty into your life. How do I break that cycle? How do I break my thinking habit? This is one of the most important things you can do to change your life. I'll tell you one thing that I did when I was a student. I didn't even have enough pocket money to get me by in those days. I didn't have on the kind of clothes that I wanted to have on. But I remember clearly that I wrote on my notebooks, millionaire in training. Remarkable. That was a picture that I chose to have of myself. Wow. Today, we're discussing how to transform your life by transforming your thinking. Because when you change your thinking, you put more power in your magnet. When opportunities show up, if they're too big for your sense of identity, you will repel them. That's what I mean. When opportunities for making millions show up, if you do not have the mindset of a millionaire, if you have the mindset of a poor person, telling you, you will repel those opportunities for making millions. Why? They'll stress you out. They put you under pressure. You find it difficult to cope with them. You'll be uncomfortable having those ideas hanging around in your mind. Life is easy. It can be simple. It runs on principles. Until it's inside you, it's very difficult for you to get it on the outside. So, to change your thoughts or to change your thinking, my number one recommendation, read. Read books. Read books written by people who have succeeded where you are just about to begin to try. It will expand your mind. It will expand your frying pan. I have done it. It's phenomenal. When I didn't have anything, I began to rub minds with some of the best minds from around the world. Some people have done research. They've interviewed wealthy people, tens of them, hundreds of them. Then they put the results in books. What you pay for a book is not the real value of the book. No one can really quantify the value of other people's experiences sometimes that they put in their books. What you pay for is just the ink and the paper. Books can revolutionize your life. They can break down the barriers in your thinking, remove the limitations. They can take you into a new world. In fact, books can reintroduce you to yourself. They can help you to discover who you are. They can help you to discover your potentials. Sometimes you read the book and something inside you is telling you, you can do it too. You can do it too. Sometimes you read the book and you're thinking, that's me, that's me, that's me. I can do exactly that. Awesome. Several years ago, someone loaned me a book. I mean, I was just a fresh graduate, and somebody loaned me a book, The Fourth Dimension, by Yonggi Cho, pastor of the largest single church congregation in the world, presently about 1 million members, one church. I mean, the book was about the imagination and how if God is ever going to change your life, he has to change the picture inside you first. I loaned the book in the morning. I finished it in the afternoon. I started back from chapter 1 and finished the book by the next day. It was the first time I would read a book like that twice in 36 hours. Why? Something was happening inside me that I could not explain. My heart was literally expanding. My heart was expanding. I read a book titled Dream Seeds by Mike Murdock. You know what? The book literally shattered all the limitations in my mind and killed many of the excuses that I had inside me for not trying to achieve better than I was achieving. There was a chapter in there titled The Grasshopper Complex. And it was just drawn from an illustration, in the Bible. Some people who were meant, to have the best opportunities of their lives, but then they were busy lamenting that the people that they saw were giants. They said, and we were like grasshoppers in our own sight, and so we were in their sight. Oh my God. Mike Murdock called that the grasshopper complex. You see yourself smaller than you really are. You see yourself less than you really are. That's unfortunate. You are a winner. You see yourself as a struggler. You're wealthy. You see yourself as a poor person. You know what that does? Makes you to live below your potential. I saw a set of books from Miles Monroe, Understanding Your Potential, Releasing Your Potential, Maximizing Your Potential. Mind-blowing, I should say. I have read tons and tons of books like that. I mean, right there in your room, you can have a life-changing seminar or conference or convention all by yourself. You can hear some of the brightest minds from around the world. And you know the interesting thing? What you are trying to achieve now, some people achieved 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You can have 30 years, 40 years, sometimes 50, 60 years of experience packed in to just one book. How do you ever pay for that? Now, in reading books, I've rubbed minds with some of the best minds in the world. My mind is open. The challenge sometimes is that when we come across new knowledge, we're not open. We're in love with our own opinion. We're so opinionated. Our minds are made up. Nobody can change our minds. You know what? If you're going to put more power in your magnet, then your mind has to be flexible. Flexible enough to grow, to expand, to enlarge. So I recommend strongly reading. It will change your life. Reading will change your status from the inside. Sometimes insights will hit your heart, hit your mind, And someone said, when a new idea stretches the mind, it never goes back to its former size. Now, when I started out, because I was changing on the inside but not on the outside, it didn't really seem like much change was happening. But I tell you this, that over time, whatever happened to me while I was reading, whatever enlargement of heart or mind happened to me while I was reading, eventually it made impact on my life. I've been attracting people. You know the interesting thing? I've been attracting some of the people whose books I read. Very interesting that I have met live in person. Some of the people whose books I read 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. In those days, I would buy books with money that I could have used to buy clothes, because wisdom told me that if I bought the book, I would get something from the book that would bring the clothes. That's exactly how it has worked out for me. You need to read. Buying books that can change your life is not an expense. It's an investment in your destiny. Now, I want to recommend also that if you are going to change your thinking, you need to listen to audio CDs. I mean, lectures, messages, okay, on audio CD. When I drive in my car is a university. Even in my car, I am growing. Even in my car, I'm expanding my heart and my mind. These days, we can store these lectures on our iPhones, on our iPods, you know, on so many of those gadgets. We can listen to them on motion. It's remarkable how people don't invest their time. The time that I spend in traffic, you know, is a time for investment in my thinking. One of the greatest life-changing things you will ever do in your life is to change your thinking. Some people look at some information products and they say, oh, it's too expensive. Is it worth it? I don't ask that kind of a question. I ask myself, am I worth it? Is my destiny worth this? I see a book written by a billionaire, or I see an audio message delivered by a billionaire, and I need to pay only some dollars, few dollars for it. I don't want to ask, is it worth it? The big question is, do I want to be able to think like this person thinks? That's the investment I'm going to make in my life. This will put more power in my magnet. Some of us are in traffic 1 hour every day. Some of us going to work and commuting back 2 hours in a day. That's awesome time. Awesome time. Now, when I drive alone in my car, sometimes I smile all by myself. And I'm smiling because I just got an insight. I just got some understanding somewhere. I just got a new idea. That's the place where my life changes. Watch DVDs. We human beings are visual in nature. Watch videos. They can be life-changing, absolutely life-changing. I have watched some videos that practically blew my mind. Talking about blowing your mind, I think sometimes we need to have our minds blown out so that our minds can be reconstructed, you know. Anyway, watch DVDs, attend seminars. Attend seminars. I'm happy you're watching this broadcast right now. The time that you are spending watching this broadcast is not an expense, it's an investment. Attend seminars and conferences. Oh my God. I mean, within the course of a day or a few hours or 2 days, you can have your life literally transformed. I still remember. You know, today I speak at conferences all over the world, and it's such an awesome privilege for me. Every time I stand to teach, I remember that years ago, I was sitting down there. I was being taught. But you see, I didn't go for nothing. I experienced transformation. That's why today people listen to me speak. You are listening to me today. People will listen to you tomorrow. Because the things we're sharing now will change your life so much, other people will want to be like you.